Hello guys, today we are building a pretty different set than last time. We are building the Easter Bunny set. So it's about 360 pieces, and it's made for 9 plus. Look, 9 plus. It may look like P plus or plus P. It is 9 plus. Anyway, let's open the thing. Oh. But I build Speed Champion sets all the time. I should know how to open a Lego box. Alright, let's see. Alright, 2 parts to this thing. Try to speed it up because I got to go somewhere after this. Also, I went to Micro Center, and I loved it. It was amazing. I got to see all. It was basically one of my 3 heavens. My other 2 heavens are the Lego store because I love it, and a car show, of course. But I think I loved it there because I got to see all those RTX 4090s. They were all locked behind a case, so I couldn't just see the box them. But they also have smaller ones that were not in the case, not in that locked case, like the 1650, and I think it was a 550 RX 550. Yeah, and I also saw some pretty good PCs. Like I found one on 3070 Ti, and I think an Intel i7 12th gen, and it was what, $1,300, $1,400. But apparently the 3060 on their website it's listed as, I think, about $200. There it is listed as $500, which is even more expensive than the 3070 Ti. Even, I think just because that has lower VRAM at only 8 gigs compared to 12. But it does have higher efficiency, which is pretty good. Alright. Oh, not these spinny parts again. But I'm using my iPhone 14 to record this. That's why my footage might look a bit weird. Okay. And go subscribe to FHA12 Gaming because we're so close to 90. We're so close to 100 subscribers. We're literally just I think 20 subscribers away. So I really want to reach that goal by May. Or the end of the year. So please help me reach that goal. And also follow my Twitch account, which I just made, and I actually made some very small streams, 6 minutes long on that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, my Twitch channel name is the same as my YouTube channel, so it's just FHA12 Gaming. So go give a follow, and I might stream a bit. I'm mostly gonna use my Twitch channel for gaming, and then my YouTube streaming channel for other stuff like building Legos, building PCs. Yeah. And then maybe showcase setup. Setup showcases. Yes. Actually, you guys will probably already know what my setup will look like because I'm going to be building that PC in a few months. Like next month. apparently have to build 2 of these, which I didn't know. And if you're wondering my setup currently, I was actually supposed to make a setup showcase at the end of last year because I hit 25 subscribers, and I actually got to like around 50 subscribers and like 10,000 views, so thank you so much for that. But I didn't make it, even though I got a very cool new addition to my setup, the Xbox Series X, which is right behind this thing. This is my HP V222 22-inch 1080p 60Hz monitor. It's a pretty okay monitor. I'm not sure it's meant for gaming, but most things in my setup are not meant for gaming, such as my Lenovo IdeaPad Flex 14. This thing has an AMD Ryzen 5, which is pretty good, but it has integrated graphics. You can still run Asphalt 9 at 60 FPS, but to be honest, you probably run that in an Intel Celeron. It's not a hard game to run. Probably an iPhone 5 could run it if it was like up to the latest software. And even in Rocket League or Roblox, it doesn't struggle at all. It does like 40, 50, maybe 60 FPS. But once I get to the Crew 2, Forza, and other games, it struggles a bit. But Trackmania runs completely fine. Armored Warfare runs fine. Fall Guys runs fine. But once I get to those other games, it struggles. At max on Forza, it gets like 30 FPS. And on the Crew 2, it gets around 10 FPS, 15. And on Minecraft, it gets around 20. Which is, I guess, playable. I think I'm just used to having low frame rates. That's not a problem on my Xbox, because I can run it. I think it's just capped by my monitor. Because my Xbox can do, like, what, 4K, 60 FPS? But my monitor can only handle 1080p, 60 FPS. So it's not capped by the performance of the Xbox. That can run, like, probably 120 FPS on 1440p. It's just the monitor that's capping it. So, oh my god, more. And you probably know I don't usually build Lego sets like these. I usually build Technic Lego sets or larger Creator Expert, like my most recent Lego set, the Atari 2600 set. It is my 6th largest Lego set, barely behind the Land Rover Defender. And it's 2,532 pieces, so about 50 pieces smaller than my Land Rover. So yeah, it's still quite long to build, because I started, so I finished it last Saturday, of course. Oh, I finished it last Sunday morning. Oh, actually around afternoon. Yeah, it took quite a bit of time. I think it took longer than it took me to build the Ferrari, which is saying a lot, because that thing was massive. And it's not that the Ferrari was difficult, it was just big. It was 3,778 pieces. About 80 pieces bigger than my previously largest Lego set, the Lamborghini Sion FKP 37. Yeah, that record was not broken for me for 2 years. Because I got the Ferrari about 2 years after I got the Lambo. Got the Lambo in June. I can try to check. About Check later. June of 2020, late June. Yeah, quite late June, like June, like probably very early July as well. And then right before I went to New Orleans, I had finished building it. I like woke up at 5 a.m. And that's not very different from my Ferrari. I also woke up at like 4 a.m. to build it. Because I just wanted to really finish it and see how big the thing was. And it was a big achievement for me. Building something that had about as many pieces as the amount of brain cells your mom has. That joke probably did not make sense. Alright, tell me in the comments, or chat, what PC do you use? Or like, do you use a laptop or PC, and what are the specs, if you know? And what's the brand? People always tell me Lenovo's are not that good. Even though they sell some pretty good, because I play Forza Horizon 4 on a Lenovo. And this can probably run Valorant as well. Because you can probably run that on an Intel Celeron Chromebook. Like the ones people use in school. I think they use those. Yeah. And even you can buy like popular Lenovo gaming laptops that have like 4080s or even 4090s in them for a pretty good price. Like I searched on the Lenovo website and I found a $1,500 laptop. It was not on sale. It was $1,500. 3070 Ti, Ryzen 7, 6000 series. I think it was an 800H. So, and it had a terabyte of storage, 16 gigs of RAM. And it didn't really, like, skimp on any of the major things, like storage, RAM, anything like that. It's still at 3070 Ti, which is still pretty good. Wrong angle. But or just gonna get it from Micro Center, because you can buy a laptop with a 4090 in it. Let me check how much they are. Laptop with RTX 4090. Yeah, there's the... Okay, that thing's just a beast. Yeah, there's the... what's this thing called? Apparently the 4090 only has 16 gigs of GDDR6. Oh, this is the laptop version, the mobile version, which only has... Yeah, so this one, $3,700. Ryzen 9 7945HX. 2.5 gigahertz processor on its own without overclocking. So that probably goes up to like, what, 5.5? Yeah. 4090. 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM. 64. And a 2 terabyte SSD. That's a very good deal. What's the display though? The display, it's a 17.3 inch, okay. It's a 240 hertz Quad HD panel. So 1440p, 240 hertz. That's a really good. Okay, that's really good. But it is $3,500. On sale, of course. Not on sale, it'll be $3,700. Also, I saw this Dell laptop online, and it had a 4050. I just want to check if that's a good, like, graphics card. Because I haven't seen any gameplay with the 4050, only with the 4060. And the 4060 seemed pretty good. It could run Forza at, what, 70... Sorry, that's... 70 FPS, so... Laptop with RTX... Let's try 3060... Let's see how much that will cost. Alright, first thing we see is a Dell oh jeez, $2,700. Oh, never mind, that thing has 32 gigs of RAM and a 17-inch display. Jesus. Alright, AMD Ryzen 7 6800X, 6800H, good, and a 3060, 6 gigs of GDDR6, because I know there's a 12 gig version that only comes with the desktop version. So you can only get 12 gigs of VRAM if you buy a desktop 3060. But still, 6 gigs, okay. 16 gigs of DDR5, 4800 megahertz, which is really good. And a terabyte of storage, okay. Another one. That was on sale, by the way, from $1,400 to $1,199, okay. Wow, these Dells are basically like, these Dells are a scam. This thing has a 3060, 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes storage, and an Intel i9 12900HK. If you have that, then at least put a 3080 in there. And you don't need 64 gigs RAM unless you're putting like a 4090 in there. And $3,900? Well, HP sells a better one. It is only DDR4 and it's only 3200 megahertz, but that's still pretty good. There's also this funny road sign. I saw when I was driving from Micro Center. It said, what did it say? There's a bunny that loves you, so drive slow. It was on a highway, and people, I think that came at the wrong time, because people are driving quite slow. But I think it's just because I've seen ads where the U.S. is quite, like, accidents are quite common in the U.S. overall compared to like Europe, because they get about 40 deaths per million people. The U.S. is 120 to 160. Almost around 3 to 4 times as much. Also, I'm using Opera GX because it's better. U.S. No, road deaths. Yeah, 160, yeah, found it. Yeah, in Texas, 120. In some states, like Montana, Wyoming. In Wyoming, it's 254 deaths. And in New Mexico, Arkansas, Oklahoma, I think it's Alabama, and Mississippi, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Kentucky. They all have really high road deaths. So I think that sign was a good addition. But also, some people are driving extremely slow. We're gonna go watch a movie. I'm still having dinner. Okay. Wait, there's an Akinator app? How did I never know that? I've literally played, used Akinator in a video that I still haven't posted. Even though it's been like, what, 5 months? My laptop just turned off. But I'm just speed running this right now. After this, I'm also going to go see the Mario movie, which I'm very much excited for. Because I've seen the trailers and it looks pretty good. And it might be my third favorite movie yet. Right now, my three favorite movies are Avatar 2 at number 1, Avatar 1 at number 2, and then Top Gun Maverick at number 3. And because I'm an absolute child, Paw Patrol the movie at number 4. Oh, apparently I did something wrong.